Gross. I am a senior planner with the city of South San Francisco. And as you all got a notice, South San Francisco, we are in the process of updating our general plan. The current one was adopted in 1999, so it is definitely time for us to determine what the new vision is for the next 20 years. Our city council approved a preferred land use scenario last November. And so we are now starting the process to figure out how to implement that. And as part of that, we will be doing a program EIR for the general plan update. And so today we have Lisa Davidson with First Carbon Solutions, who is the prime consultant for the environmental impact report, excuse me. So I will hand it off over to Lisa and let her take us through the rest of the presentation.
Okay. Thank you, Billy. Can everybody hear me okay?
Yep.
Okay, and everybody can see my screen. We're here for the City of South San Francisco General Plan Update Program EIR. Make sure you're at the right meeting at the right time. We're here for the public scoping meeting. Today is Wednesday, February 17th. Our agenda for today includes introductions. Billy already kicked us off on that a little bit. We'll go over the project overview, the environmental review process, the purpose of the meeting, and then we will take public comment. So as you know, the City of South San Francisco will be the lead agency on this project. Billy Gross, the senior planner. Ramey and Associates is working on the general plan. Eric Yurkovich and Diana Benitez are involved in that, among other folks. So I'm sure you've seen them around. First Carbon Solutions, we are working on the program EIR. Mary Bean will be the project director. I will be the project manager, Lisa Davison, and then Madeline Dolan is also on the call, and she'll be the assistant project manager. Wanted to talk a little bit about the project location. The project is located in the city of South San Francisco. It's about 31 square miles. The population is about 64,000 people. There are about 56,000 people employed in the city, and the general plan planning area encompasses about 4,400 acres. This slide depicts the local vicinity map, and as you can see, I don't know if you can see my cursor, but the city of South San Francisco is the black border around the city. The dark shaded gray is the sphere of influence. And then we also depict the surrounding jurisdictions, city of Brisbane. We've got the San Bruno Mountain State and County Park to the north, City of Colma, Daly City, Pacifica to the west, San Bruno to the south, and then we've got San Francisco International Airport as well to the south. I wanted to talk a little bit about the project background. Billy's already touched on this, that the current general plan was adopted in 1999. So it's time for it to be updated. The housing element was certified recently in 2015, but that is also in the process of being updated. The process for the general plan update commenced in 2019. There have been some community advisory committee meetings, sub-area meetings, town halls, formal community workshops, pop-up booths, surveys, and also Ask a Planner office hours. The general plan update is going to include a number of elements, and this slide will highlight what those elements will be. There will be land use and community design, planning sub-areas, transportation, economic development, health and social equity, housing, sustainability and climate change, public facilities and parks, open space and conservation, safety, and noise. The general plan update also has a number of guiding principles that I wanted to highlight in this slide. One of the guiding principles is to provide affordable, safe, attractive, amenity-rich neighborhoods, provide high quality and accessible services, facilities, and amenities for residents at all stages of their lives, provide a safe, convenient, and accessible transportation network that's well connected to the region, provide a resilient community, and also a prosperous downtown and local economy. This slide depicts the proposed land use map, and you probably can't see all these land use designations. They're kind of small, but we do have this map available online on the website, and then also we mailed out the NOP. The NOP is also on the website with this map, but I'll just talk about it generally. The residential uses are in yellow and kind of a orange-ish, maybe dark yellow. The mixed use land uses are purple and pink and lavender, kind of towards the center of the city. There are some industrial uses that are gray, so shaded dark gray and light gray, and then also this area here east of 101, and then other large areas are non-residential business parks east of 101 in brown and tan shading. This map depicts the proposed changes from the existing land use map. So these are the only areas that are being proposed to be changed during this general plan update. So you can see that those areas are highlighted here. So there's the industrial areas in gray, the mixed use purple, lavender throughout the city, and then east of 101, there's the business park. So the next two slides identify the existing land uses in the planning area, and those are the land uses that are currently on the ground as of 2021. So this table that's on this slide and the next one identifies the land use type, the acres, and then the percent of the total acreage. Within the city of South San Francisco, there are about 4,200 acres. Residential uses encompass about 1,700 acres, broken out into single-family residential, duplex, triplex, quadplex, multifamily, and mobile home park. Commercial uses encompass approximately 250 acres, include hotel, general retail service, auto retail, food retail, mixed use, commercial, and residential. Also within the city of South San Francisco, there are about 1,300 acres of industrial research and development uses. Those include office, biotech, research and development, warehouse, manufacturing, processing. There are about 442 acres of parks, open space, and common greens. Public and institutional land uses are about 290 acres. And then there's about 150 acres of vacant land within the city of South San Francisco. And then the planning area also includes the land within the sphere of influence. There are about 230 acres that comprise the sphere of influence. And of that 230 acres, there are some residential uses, a golf course, public and institutional uses, and vacant uses. Total within the planning area is about 4,400 acres. I wanted to now talk about the environmental review process. The California Environmental Quality Act, or CEQA, defines a general plan update as a project. And the purpose of analyzing a project per CEQA is to identify the potential environmental impacts of a project and to avoid or mitigate those impacts if feasible. An environmental impact report is the highest level of CEQA review and provides an impartial evaluation of a project's impacts. And an EIR is going to be prepared for this general plan update, which is the proposed project. The City of South San Francisco is the lead agency for CEQA. I wanted to now talk about the environmental review timeline. As Billy mentioned, the notice of preparation was mailed out, posted on the website. It's available for review, and there is a 45-day comment period, including the scoping meeting today. Comments will be accepted until March 22 at 5 p.m. The next step is to release the draft EIR. There will be another comment period of 45 days. At that point, the city will receive comments. There will be a public hearing to solicit comments orally as well. The next step is to prepare the final EIR. That includes responses to comments and any revisions to the draft EIR. And then the last step is to have a public hearing or hearings to certify the final EIR and then approve the general plan update, which, as I said, is the proposed project. The EIR will cover a wide range of environmental review topics. They're all listed on this slide. We'll be addressing and analyzing aesthetics, air quality, biological resources, cultural resources, tribal cultural resources, energy, geology, soils and seismicity, greenhouse gas emissions, hazards and hazardous materials, hydrology and water quality, land use and planning, noise, population, housing and employment, public services and recreation, transportation, utilities and service systems, and wildfire. So today we're having the scoping meeting. The purpose of the scoping meeting is to allow the public to provide comments on the scope and content of the EIR. We're going to be jotting notes down on what people are saying so we can be responsive to those in the EIR, but we also encourage people to submit their comments in writing. It's just helpful for us to have it in a written form as well. And then I just wanted to mention that at this scoping meeting, no decisions are being made about the general plan update. We're just soliciting comments on the scope and content of the EIR. So for the public comment, we're looking for comments on the scope and content of the program EIR. We're looking for comments regarding the environmental issues to be addressed, and also comments on the range of alternatives to be evaluated in the EIR. So for your written comments, we'd like you to include your name, your affiliation, if you know you're a resident or business owner or with some other organization or nonprofit, that's helpful. Telephone number and then your contact information. You'll submit your comments to the address below, which is Billy Gross, City of South San Francisco, by 5 p.m. on Monday, March 22nd. You can also submit those comments via email, billy.gross@ssf.net. And that concludes my presentation. At this point, we will accept comments on the scope and content of the EIR, and I'll kind of turn it back over to Billy to kick us off on the next step, if you have anything to add.
Nothing to add, just happy to hear from any of you who have any initial comments or questions. We'd be happy to try and answer those or take the comments that you have and move from there.
are people raising their hands and then you'll kind of unmute them, or how do you work your process?
You should be able to unmute yourself. I will also look
Okay.
to see if there are no hands raised.
Okay.
We'll note that I see that we have quite a few from the San Francisco International Airports. And we definitely want to set up a meeting with the airport staff sometime in the near future to talk through the general plan update in a little bit more detail with you. Obviously, I'm guessing you guys have additional questions. Be happy to talk through what the vision is and things that are happening with the airports that we might not be aware of as well. But if you have any comments on things you would like to see us include in the environmental documents, happy to think of those now, or obviously you have until March 22nd.
If something popped up, you probably saw it.
Actually, it was just to you.
Oh.
Is there any information that anybody on would like to get more information about related to the general project?
I guess I would like to also mention that for those folks that are in attendance here, if you're not already on the notification list to let us know that you want to be on the notification list to receive any additional correspondence about the EIR, the general plan and the EIR. So you can mention that now, or you can send an email to Billy Gross afterwards to get on that list. We just want to make sure people are involved and have an opportunity to voice their comments. And Billy just posted the website. It's shapessf.net. And so that's a great place where you can sign up to make sure you're involved in the process.
All right. We'll give a couple more minutes. If anyone has comments, be happy to take them. If not, we will look forward to receiving written comments by Monday, March 22nd, 5 p.m. Feel free to reach out to me with any questions in that interim period. My contact information is on the notice of preparation, and happy to answer any questions that any of you might have. And with that, thank you everybody for taking the time to be part of this. And we look forward to getting your comments by Monday, March 22nd.
Okay.
Thanks, Billy.
Thanks.
All right. Thank you.
You guys.
See ya.
Bye-bye.